Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure tour. Today we're headed to historic downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma for a special tour of all of the historic Art Deco buildings in downtown Tulsa. In the early 1920s, while the Jazz Age thrived in Manhattan and the emerging allure of Hollywoodland attracted aspirants to the West Coast, an empire was taking shape in the heart of the United States. Tulsa, Oklahoma witnessed a surge in prosperity due to a new wave of oil discoveries along the Arkansas River, propelling it into a bona fide boom town. As entrepreneurs from more metropolitan areas flocked in, erecting refineries, a city of immense affluence sprouted, embracing the contemporary Art Deco style prevalent in larger urban centers of the day. The first Art Deco building that we see on our tour is the Mayo Hotel, which was constructed in 1924. It was once the tallest building in Oklahoma. It was built by Casey and John D. Mayo. This 600-room hotel was patterned after the Plaza in New York and hosted such notables as Charlie Chaplin, Mae West, Charles Lindbergh, and Bob Hope, and was for many years the home of financier J. Paul Getty. Art Deco initially drew inspiration from Art Nouveau, Bauhaus, and Cubism. However, as time progressed, practitioners began assimilating styles they encountered in their daily lives. This Pythian building that was erected in 1930 for office purposes vividly showcases this evolution. Inside and outside the building, you will see Native American motifs in the building's design. The lobby's vibrant tiled floor patterns were directly inspired by an authentic Native American blanket, and the building is complemented by ornate wrought iron details and intricate plasterwork. Originally, this building was intended to be crowned by a 10-story hotel, but the onset of the Depression curtailed the ambitious plans for the three office floors. The Mayo Building in Tulsa, Oklahoma holds a significant place in the city's history and is closely associated with the Mayo family's influence in the region's development. Constructed in 1910 by John D. Mayo, who was an influential figure in Tulsa's oil industry and business community, the Mayo Building predated the Mayo Hotel, which is often confused due to their close proximity. This building embodies the style prevalent during its construction period in the early 20th century and reflects elements of neoclassical design and was a prominent fixture in downtown Tulsa that contributed to the city's commercial growth. The McFarland Building is a distinguished landmark that encapsulates the city's history and architectural significance. Completed in 1918, the McFarland Building stands as a testament to Tulsa's growth during its oil boom era. It's named after Robert M. McFarland, who was an influential figure in Tulsa's oil industry. This building showcases elements of Gothic revival as well as Art Deco style and features intricate detailing and ornate design elements. This building that we see undergoing renovation is known as the Sinclair Building, also known as the Thurston Building. It was constructed in 1910 and originally was known as the Thurston Building before becoming associated with the Sinclair Oil Corporation when it was purchased by Harry F. Sinclair. This building stands as a showcase of Gothic revival as well as Art Deco style and has very intricate detailing and unique design elements. The Public Service of Oklahoma Building is an early Art Deco creation here in Tulsa. It marked a departure from the typically conservative designs featured by utility companies at the time. Its adoption of this style signaled acceptance and set the stage for a wave of subsequent Art Deco buildings in the area. Beyond its architectural influence, this building holds historical significance that mirror Tulsa's remarkable surge from 1920 to 1930. During this period, downtown Tulsa experienced unprecedented growth, with monthly construction costs averaging about $1 million a month by 1927. By 1930, Tulsa boasted more skyscrapers standing 10 stories or taller than any other city of comparable size globally. This structure boasts of construction of reinforced concrete with a steel framework, and its steel window frames are enveloped by elegant light gray Bedford limestone. In 1929, the company dabbled in retail, which is evident in the ground floor's expensive windows that are tailored for merchandise displays. An exceptional aspect of this building lies in its captivating nighttime illumination, which is achieved through strategically positioned lights. Architect Arthur Atkinson, also a professional engineer, incorporated this feature to highlight the client's primary product, electricity. The Oklahoma Natural Gas Company building was constructed in 1928 and was designed by the architectural firm of Atkinson, who also did the previous building that we saw, the Public Service Company of Oklahoma. This building represents the growing prominence of the natural gas industry in Oklahoma during the early 20th century. Constructed in 1925, the Masonic Temple building served as the headquarters for various Masonic lodges and chapters in Tulsa. The Freemasons, a fraternal organization known for its traditions and rituals, utilized the buildings for their meetings, ceremonies, and community gatherings. Beyond its significance to the Freemason, the Masonic Temple building held a prominent place in Tulsa's social and cultural scene. It hosted various events, lectures, and charitable activities contributing to the city's civic life. The First Presbyterian Church in downtown Tulsa is a significant religious and architectural landmark in the city. Founded in 1885, the First Presbyterian Church has a long history of serving the community and has been an influential presence in Tulsa's religious landscape. The church's original location was at 4th and Boulder, but due to the city's growth and expansion, a decision was made to relocate its current downtown location here on Boston Avenue. The church building itself is a stunning example of Gothic revival architecture. Completed in 1926, the structure exhibits intricate details, soaring arches, and beautiful stained glass windows.
So you ain't got a lot of water.
Constructed in 1923, the illuminated dome of the Thompson Building was known as one of Tulsa's three skyline musketeers in the mid 1920s. The original structure was only as tall as the lighter colored band in the building's midsection until the building was expanded in later years. Completed in 1922, the Atlas Life Building was designed by architect Charles A. Stevens and represented the city's prosperity during the early 20th century. The building's construction was financed by the Atlas Life Insurance Company, hence its name. Architecturally, the Atlas Life Building reflects a blend of Gothic Revival and Art Deco styles. It features intricate detailing and ornate elements typical of the era's design. The 12-story structure was a prominent fixture in Tulsa skyline at the time of its completion. The building served as the headquarters for the Atlas Life Insurance Company and also housed various offices and businesses that contributed to Tulsa's commercial landscape. The Philcade Building is known as the Queen of the Tulsa Skyline. It was constructed in 1927 and was the tallest building in Oklahoma when completed. Owner Wade Phillips, who was a financier and philanthropist, donated the building to the Boy Scouts to endow a ranch in New Mexico. Within the building are monogrammed doorknobs, brass elevator doors, travertine marble floors, and a 20-foot high vaulted ceiling. This building is a Tulsa landmark. The Philcade Building in Tulsa is a notable structure with a storied history tied to the city's architectural and commercial development. Constructed in 1929, the Philcade Building was part of a series of buildings that were commissioned by renowned oilman Wade Phillips. This building showcases an elegant blend of Gothic Revival as well as the Art Deco style. The name Philcade is derived from combining Phillips and arcade, signifying its connection to Wade Phillips and the building's arcade-style design. The Philcade Building was envisioned as a shopping arcade and office complex featuring retail spaces on the lower floors and offices in the upper floors. Completed in 1927, the Tulsa Club building was designed by the architectural firm Rush, Endicott, and Rush. This 11-story building was intended to serve as a social hub for the elite members of the Tulsa Club, a prestigious private social organization that was founded in 1923. Architecturally, this building showcases a mix of Gothic Revival as well as Art Deco elements that feature ornate detailing, intricate stone carvings, and a distinctive design that makes it stand out here in the Tulsa skyline. The Tulsa Club served as a meeting place for influential businessmen, professionals, and community leaders that hosted social gatherings, events, and other exclusive activities. The club's facilities once included dining rooms, meeting spaces, a ballroom, and other amenities tailored for its members. Trinity Episcopal Church has been on this corner since 1906. This structure, completed in 1926, is an excellent example of Gothic Revival architecture. The garden courtyard is also a particular favored feature here at the church. Proportions emphasize the soaring vertical lines that are reminiscent of many European Gothic churches. An interesting feature in this church is a stained glass window that features evil world leaders of the 20th century, including Adolf Hitler. Constructed in 1924, the Southwestern Bell main dial building is an intricate zigzag Art Deco public-type utility building constructed in Tulsa during the 1920s and 1930s. This is a Tulsa landmark, and it also has an intricately designed transmission tower inside the building. The First Baptist Church in downtown Tulsa holds a significant place in the city's religious and cultural history. Founded in 1884, the First Baptist Church initially held services in various locations before establishing a permanent downtown location. The church's current building, located here on Cincinnati Avenue, was completed in 1929. Architecturally, the First Baptist Church features a stunning mix of Gothic Revival and collegiate Gothic styles. Its design includes elements such as pointed arches, intricate stonework, and stained glass windows that reflect the grandeur and reverence often associated with Gothic architecture. We're now walking past the Tulsa Municipal Building, which was also known as City Hall. Constructed in 1917, this building was designed by architect Frederick Kirshner and reflects the Beaux Arts architectural style that was popular during its era. It was initially built to accommodate various municipal offices and serves as the administration for the city's government. The building stood vacant for many years after city offices were moved to the Civic Center, and it was one of the first buildings to be adapted for contemporary and office use in downtown Tulsa. Tulsa's first skyscraper was the 16-story Cosden Building, now known as Mid-Continent Tower. It was one of the earliest reinforced concrete office structures in the United States, as well as the tallest building west of the Mississippi at one time. The facade is a Venetian Gothic terracotta veneer. Oilman Josh Cosden made and lost two fortunes, but his million-dollar building symbolized oil boom attitudes and Tulsa's spirit during this flamboyant period of oil here in Tulsa. This building was renovated in later years with an additional 6 stories added to the original structure and 20 floors that actually cantilever over for its expansion and modernization. Inside, there's a lavish marble lobby that contains Tulsa's skyline in stained glass on the east wall. The earliest portion of the Kennedy Building was constructed in 1916 by St. Louis developer S. Gallay. Pioneer Tulsa Dr. Samuel Grant Kennedy bought the building and in 1919 tripled its size, but he left the word Gallay over the south entry. The lion-headed gargoyles that are above the doors once held rings in their mouth to support the original canopy. The massive National Bank of Tulsa building was constructed in 1918 and has continuously housed a bank since its opening. It was built in 3 phases through 1927, and when the tower was first illuminated in 1938, people 20 miles away reported seeing the light. The BOK Tower, which was initially known as One Williams Center and named after the Bank of Oklahoma, is a towering skyscraper here in downtown Tulsa. It soars to a height of 667 feet with 52 stories. It reigned as Oklahoma's tallest building until Devon Tower claimed that title in 2011. Constructed in 1976, this architectural marvel was envisioned by Minoru Yamasaki and Associates, the very same firm responsible for the iconic Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. Notably, the structure closely mirrors the design of Tower 1 from the World Trade Center. Former CEO John Williams held such admiration for the WTC's design that he engaged the same architect to create a scaled-down version of Tower 1, resulting in this breathtaking BOK Tower. Constructed in 1931, the Tulsa Union Depot replaced an earlier depot that had been in operation since the late 19th century. This new depot was designed in the Art Deco style, which reflected the architectural trends of its era. It served as a transportation center for various railroad companies, including the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad, the Midland Valley Railroad, and the St. Louis-San Francisco Railroad. Throughout its history, this depot played a vital role in facilitating passenger and freight transportation that connected Tulsa to various cities and regions across the United States. It once served as a bustling hub, welcoming travelers and facilitating the movement of goods. However, with the decline in rail travel and the rise of alternative transportation modes, the significance of the Tulsa Union Depot diminished over time. The depot ceased regular passenger service, and in the late 1960s, it faced a threat of demolition. But there were efforts made to preserve this historical building in the 1970s, and it underwent renovation and adaptive use, with much of it now used as a museum as well as commercial and office space. We're now entering the center of the universe. This is a fascinating acoustic anomaly located here in the downtown area. This spot is a circular concrete plaza near the Arkansas River. When standing in the center of this circular area and speaking or making any noise, there is a unique acoustic property that creates an unusual phenomenon. Sounds made at the exact center seem to echo and reverberate back to the speaker much louder than expected, while the surrounding area remains relatively silent. Hello? 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 Wow, that's weird. Hello? Hello? Weird. You can hear my echo. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up, but that is so weird. Built to house Tulsa's first permanent post office, the old Federal Building here on Boulder Avenue occupied 1/3 of the frontage of this street until it was enlarged again in 1931, taking up a whole city block. There's a private spy channel beneath the ceiling of the main floor that allowed the postal inspector to view the entire workforce. The Tulsa World Building holds significance as the headquarters for the Tulsa World newspaper, one of the major publications in this region. Constructed in 1917, the Tulsa World Building was designed by architects Rush, Endicott, and Rush. It served as the base of operations for the Tulsa World, contributing to the city's journalistic landscape and playing a significant role in local media. Built by Wade Phillips in 1923, the Beacon Building is remembered by many Tulsans for a beacon light tower, which was removed in 1976, that once symbolized its longtime tenant, the Beacon Life Insurance Company. It also served as aircraft navigational aids in the 1930s. Built for I.S. Minks, the Minks Adams Hotel is noted for having Tulsa's most elaborate and ornate Rococo terracotta facade in the whole downtown area. This building was constructed in 1928. It was once a prominent hotel here in the downtown area that was well known for its elegance and served as a hub for travelers, businessmen, and visitors to the city during its heyday. Today, it is being remodeled to return it back to its glory days. I hope you've enjoyed this architectural and Art Deco tour here in downtown Tulsa. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on our next Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Take care now. Bye-bye.